This section that we're on, page 334 in the text, 334, we stopped last week on, or 2 weeks ago, on the third paragraph. Let me just read that again, and then we'll come into it. It says, "Does not the fact that you have not learned what you have taught show you that you do not perceive the sonship as one?" And what this is saying is, we have taught these awarenesses, but we still haven't learned them. Like this great thing here, this little heart-shaped stone, but we still do not know that love created us like itself. We've had these awarenesses, we haven't learned it. We have not yet perceived the sonship as one. And does it not also show you that you do not regard yourself as one? For it is impossible to teach successfully, wholly, without conviction, and it is equally impossible that conviction be outside you. You could never have taught freedom unless you did believe it. And it must be that what you taught came from yourself. Again, this place that we've buried it, this truth and knowledge, this awareness of ourselves that's buried deep within us that we don't realize is there because this thick stone is all around that we can't see that heart that's always abiding within us. We're just not aware of it, but we cannot recognize this truth if it were not there. And it must be that what you taught came from yourself. Yet this self you clearly do not know and do not recognize it, even though it functions. It's still there, whether you recognize it or not. What functions must be there, and it is only if you deny what it has done that you could possibly deny its presence. Oh, that was a fluke. That miracle, just a fluke. Everybody else has them. I don't. Yeah, those things come, but they're not consistent, so they're not real. But as Connie was saying, we've got to step up our game. The more we focus, the more those become our reality, and the less the distraction is, and that becomes the background, and this becomes the foreground. It's just like looking at a piece of art. When you focus on what the artist really wants you to see, the other becomes the background, and that becomes the foreground. That's why they use lighting on art. Have you ever noticed that? They'll use light in certain places on pieces of art to get your attention and focus on what the artist intended. And I think that's what's so beautiful. That's why art is so much like us. That's why people have particular art pieces that other people aren't attracted to. We all see different things in art. So we all see different things in our world. But the one thing that is consistent within each and every one of us is love. Love created us like itself, and that can pull us into this, as it says, this oneness, this sonship, this unity. And that truth is within all of us, whether or not we acknowledge it all the time or not. That is our reality, and it is that reality that the Course basically says will pull us to the truth. That will attract us, just like stars in the sky are attracted through gravity. The pieces of meteors are, when they get in our gravitational pull, they're attracted to us. They're attracted down into the earth. We're the same way. Love created me like itself. We're attracted to this thought, whether it rationally makes sense to our minds or not. It attracts us because it is our reality. That's what we need to start focusing on.